Okay, so once again, welcome to my shop. Today we got a 2017 Suzuki 115 4-stroke. Customers out on the water, said it just shut down on them. So today we're going to figure out why. Little latches, pick up on the hood. Oh, big hood. Okay, so visually look the engine over, so if you see anything unusual. Take a look at the oil real briefly. It looks super clean, but we got oil. I'm going to check our fuel quality too. That's the next step. And there's a fuel water separator. So Raycor looks like it could probably use a new element. I'm going to drain some of that bottom bowl, see if we're pumping water out. Very much room in here. Should probably just pull the whole filter off. So if we find a bunch of water in here, we're going to need to call the fuel tank guy. Have him come out, flush the tank, change the filters, flush the engine out, and figure it out from there. Oh man, it's been on for a while. Come on, baby. There we go. Sure the contents yet. Let's go check her out. Okay, this looks pretty good to me. And mild contaminants in the bowl, not a big deal. I'll be changing this filter out, but we need to figure out why it's not running. Don't have this particular Raycor in stock at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one back on for now so we can figure out the running condition. When I go to order parts, service parts, I'll put a filter on the order. And I guess the next step is get some water on this Suzuki and see what's going on. Definitely in need of some service. So let's take a look at these spark plugs. Quick guess, I'm going to assume it needs an oil change, gear oil, water pump, check the thermostat, maybe the anodes, spark plugs. It's got some carbon built up on it. It's running a little rich there for some reason. Maybe an injector hanging up. Let's see what this bottom one looks like. And this one is also burning nicely, so seems like our problem's kind of isolated on cylinder number 3. Okay, so just got back from Precision Marine, a Suzuki dealer here in Largo, Florida. Got the parts I needed. I got the engine fuel filter. I got the O-rings for the anode housings. I've got the anodes, the gasket, the crush gasket for the oil change, thermostat housing gaskets, water pump, repair kit, oil change kit, and I got a Sierra replacement for the Raycor inside the boat. What I'm going to do is start with the spark plugs, fire the thing back up again, and see if maybe our miss is resolved. Okay, plugs are in. Get the water back on, start her, see if she sounds any different. Fire up sound a little bit better. And she don't sound too bad. See if she accelerates. Alright, time to service this bad boy. First thing we're going to do is pull these cowlings off. Okay, so these cowlings are going to be held on by an 8mm. Okay, so we got one here. Okay, one. A lot of times they'll stay inside the cowling. When you remove the cowlings, keep an eye on them, make sure they don't fall out so you don't lose them. Second one is straight down. Okay. Okay, so that one came out with it. You got to keep an eye on that. Third one. That one come out. Let's put it up here. Okay, we're going to turn our motor. We got one up here in the front above the rigging grommet. Got one below the rigging grommet, kind of hard to see. Somewhere. We got one in here. Okay. And that one's sticking in. This one. Okay, these are wanting to stay in. Just make sure they don't fall out and fall on the ground and get lost. We're going to pull our cowling, take it to the side, to the other side. And most of the bolts will be out for the side except for these ones up front. Lower, and there should be one more right here. Okay. Cowling should be off. When you pull this one off, watch that trim switch. The trim switch is connected. Push it in, release, and also take off your trim wire from the cowling. Okay, cowlings are off. Placement of your anodes or your zincs right here. 2, 3. Okay, so they're going to be a 12mm bolt. I want to break them off, make sure they don't come out. I see a lot of grease around these. Looks like somebody has serviced these. And I generally grab it right here. See if I can work it around a little bit. Get it moving is key. And try and pull it. Yeah, they look like they could use replaced. Look in there. A little bit of corrosion. Keeping the corrosion down on Suzuki's is super important. This is the rubber gasket or the O-ring that comes with these. This is the zinc itself. You're going to pull this bolt, get it off of here, clean up the surface, put the new zinc on or anode, and put your O-ring on there. Then you're going to reverse process. I want to clean these up a bit too while you're here. So let's go ahead and pull the rest of these off. Okay, so we're going to be replacing these 3 anodes. So we'll keep the corrosion from building up on the Suzuki's. We got this one here on the top of the cylinder head, one down here at the bottom of the block. There's another one in here, but we're going to primarily just be doing these 3. They don't look terribly bad, but they definitely it's time to replace them. Looks like the kit only comes with 2 O-rings for these, and I have 3 of them to do, so these O-rings are not terribly bad, and they should technically be reusable. I like to put new ones, so if you want to put new ones or yours in bad shape, you should order the extra O-rings. This O-ring though looks pretty nice. Down. Okay. Yeah, that O-ring's not bad at all. Let's get some marine grease. Put it around the sides. It's an outboard motor. Basically can't have too much grease. Okay. Just tighten it down. Ratchet to snug them up. So these 3 anodes are now replaced. Let's go over here. We got our spark plugs in, got our anodes in. Twist it this way. We go with our fuel filter now. I'm going to disconnect this so it don't wrap up while I'm trying to back it out. Okay, so we're going to pull our fuel filter out. Got our new fuel filter in our kit. Okay, our new fuel filter will come with the O-ring attached already. You're going to look up in here. We got to seat our fuel filter in the housing. Come underneath. Tighten it down. And tighten this by hand. You don't really need to use a wrench on it. Just make sure it's good and snug. Plug our sensor back in. And now we're going to work on oil change. This is the drain plug for the Suzuki 115. Then I like to take a drain pan and run it right underneath here. A lot of guys use pumps on them today. They like to pump the oil out with pumps and just change the filters, and it's most likely sufficient, but I don't like to pump them out. I like to drain them. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel that we get a little bit more oil out of the engine by doing it this way. Okay, this is an 8mm Allen head to fit this bolt for the drain plug. Started. Just pull it by hand at this point. Try not to drop it in the pan. It's fun to find afterwards. Okay, get it right close to the end. Hold it in position and just remove. Okay, clean the bolt up. This is my crush sleeve. Place it on here for when I'm ready to put it back in. I won't forget. While I'm letting this drain, I'm gonna grab this filter. Alright. A couple turns to loosen it up. It should start coming by hand. And this is coming to a halt down here, so I'm good with that. Just get the threads started. Do not want to over tighten these. You can strip and break the threads inside of this oil pan. So they're pretty durable, and you can put a decent amount of torque on them, but goal is to snug them and just crush that ring. Okay, let's get our filter off. I'm going to put some rags under here to keep some of this stuff from getting oily if possible. Whoa, that was bad. There's a thirsty filter there. Here's our new genuine Suzuki filter. Got enough oil on here that should lubricate the seal just fine. And we're going to spin her on. Don't want to use a wrench on this. We're going to tighten it good. Trying to clean up our mess. The filter was a messy challenge. Don't like a lot of excessive oil laying around after I'm done, because the customer says, hey, my oil's leaking. Do your best to clean this area out. Make sure you get as much oil as you can. We're going to be filling the engine oil now. Your fill cap is right here on top of the cylinder head. Take it off. Right over here is a decal that shows you the type of oil and the quantity that goes in it. And the oil capacity for this one is 5.8 US quarts. Oil change done. Let's check this thermostat, see what we got going on up here. These are 10mm bolts, there's 3 of them. Pull them. Thermostats are pretty durable. Good chances if this went over service not too long ago, the thermostat may look good. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good. We're going to skip a thermostat this service around. But what we are going to do while we're here is add grease to these bolts. That way next service, when we do decide to do the thermostats, we can get them apart without breaking the bolts. We're going to do the water pump, gear oil, change the fuel filter inside the boat. Alright, so our gear case is held on by 14mm bolts. Right here we've got the speedometer pressure line. Cut our zip ties. See if we can disconnect it. If not, we may have to hit it with a little heat. Heat releases these pretty nicely. Hit it kind of briefly. You're not trying to set the hose on fire, just heat it up a little bit. Helps it to expand so you can pull it off of there just like that. Do the same when I'm putting it back on. Here we can't get a socket and a ratchet in there. We should be able to back here. This one's a little bit too tight, so we're going to do these 2 on each side by hand. Let's do 2 more. Oh man, that one's tight. Okay, so we got 3 bolts on each side of this, and underneath this trim anode, the Suzuki's also, their shift shaft can sometimes like to come down with the lower unit, and then it becomes disconnected up top there and it splines, and it's kind of a pain. Now this trim anode bolt is a 12mm. Get up underneath here. Okay. And we're going to hit this one. And we'll save our last one on that side for last because it's easiest to control with one hand. Okay, so our gear case is not dropped. We're going to want to tap it. And that's it. And the upper shift shaft came with it, so we'll deal with that one afterwards. Okay, our water pump housing is held on by 4 12mm water pump bolts. So you're going to shim your housing up. There's a water pump propeller. It's our inside cup. It's our wear plate. Both of them are getting replaced, as well as the seals on this housing. Yep, nice. Okay. So this impeller isn't necessarily trash. It's got a little wear to it. See, it's been running for a little while. It's honestly a good time to replace it. You don't want to replace it when you're missing blades. Okay, to get this wear plate off the bottom, we're going to have to knock this keyway out. So to do that, I grab a small flat blade chisel, small hammer, up underneath it, just kind of tap it straight down. And there it goes. As far as I remember, they come with a new keyway in the kit, so If you lose it, I think you'll be okay, but I try to keep track of things. Let's pull our wear plate, our gasket. So that's the base gasket right there. It's a water pump kit, repair kit they call it. Comes with everything you need except for this plastic housing, and if that's in decent shape, you don't need to replace it. This is the cup for the inside and the wear plate. This is the bottom gasket for underneath the wear plates. We're going to try to get this gasket off here without tearing it up too much, so we don't have to do a lot of scraping. Alright, so razor blade, just kind of walk it around. Come on, baby. Here we go. Trying to get it off in one piece if I can. I hate sitting on all these little intricate details trying to scrape away a gasket. It's always better if it comes off in one. Okay, pretty good. I'm going to come along here and clean up a little bit of gasket residue. Make sure the surface is nice and flat. Seals best that way, you get the most water pressure, everybody's happy. Our gasket's going to go back on. Next we're going to open up our wear plate package. Line up just like that. Okay, so wear cup, we got to put our new O-ring seals inside of our housing. Make sure you take your time and line everything up good. It can be a little aggravating, but don't want to force anything. I usually line up fairly good on these Suzukis. There's little nubs in the housing as well that'll kind of help hold it in position while you're working with it. Just got to get them in there. We'll take our new wear plate, set it down. This is going to face this opening. Okay, so once you got your wear cup in there and all your seals are down and going all the way around here, we're going to come over here and put our water pump impeller in. But before we do that, we are going to put our new keyway that it did come with. So I usually turn it away from the opening so that when I'm tapping it in, it doesn't have the option of falling down there, and then I'm looking for it again. You're going to want to tap it lightly with a small hammer. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's really aggravating. And just hold it in place. Okay, you want the keyway to be sitting nice and straight. And look at your impeller. One side does not have the groove for the keyway, one side does. The one that does goes down. Mark it with your finger and slide down the best you can in place. And while you're there, make sure that your keyway doesn't slide off the shaft as you're putting it down. Okay, that's it. Hold it, spin it. Good. Now I like to take some grease and put some grease in my housings for initial spinning and first start, stuff like that. I don't have to worry about it really burning up my impeller right away. Now we should be able to press this down, turn it clockwise, get most of the way down, look and make sure your seal has not jumped out of place. If not, turn it the rest of the way and set it. Okay, we're set. We're going to get our bolts. Make sure your bolts are greased up good. Okay, all 4 bolts are greased. Take what's on my finger and spin it in here for good measure. And run them down lightly. Okay, same deal. You're just going to walk them around, gentle. Make sure they're all snugged up. Okay, good. I grease up my shift shaft. Any pins in the gear case get greased. They're alignment pins. Grease your splines. Try not to put a lot of grease on the top of the shaft. Shafts lift under load and can create problems. Change the gear oil. I'm going to try to break the lower unit bolts free before I get it trimmed down where it's hard to get to. It's a little easier when you're upright. Get the gear case as level as I can. Okay, ooh, that's some dirty gear oil. Oh yeah, definitely need gear oil changed. Wow, yeah, that stuff smells pretty burnt too. Not seeing a bunch of metallic or water or anything, so I think we're okay, but definitely was time for a change. For sure. Okay, let's go grab our seals for the drain plugs. So what I like about this maintenance kit is it comes with all the little things that you kind of forget about. Okay. Let's start filling her up. We're going to pump it until it comes out of this hole right here. As soon as it starts to come out of that hole, you're full. It's like a rear end on a car or any other things that take gear oil. You want to try to get your drain plugs ready and clean before you fill it all the way up, because when you go to pull this out of here, you're not going to have time. It's going to start draining. So let's see if I can get these old gaskets off here. Alright, clean our plug. Alright, our new gaskets. Okay, so we should be ready to go when we pull this out of the bottom after it's full. We can get this plug back in place as quickly as we can. Okay, we're starting to come out of there. A few extra pumps to make certain. Okay, no air in there. We are definitely full. Do a couple extras just to kind of clean it out a little bit. Let's get our screw back in. Alright. Okay, let's kind of snug it down. Okay. Get our next drain plug gasket in. Clean the drain plug. Okay, that one's tight. So we clean up some of our mess. We'll wash all this off when we're done. Definitely gets messy during service. Okay, we're trimmed out of the pan now. Got easy access to this screw, and this is when we're going to make sure that it's good and tight. Alright, good. Okay, so we got our water on. Let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Make sure we're peeing water, shifting, nothing's leaking. Make sure she still sounds good. Okay, there goes our pee stream. Came up pretty quick. Stream should get stronger as it runs. See if we shift. Check it. Prop is spinning. Neutral. Okay. Reverse. Okay. Gear case is good. Let's get down here and let it run for a couple minutes and make sure we don't have any problems. Okay guys, so the Suzuki's buttoned back up, cleaned up my paw prints, and I got my garden hose on it. Run it one last time. This thing came in, it was stalling, running poorly, and hadn't been serviced in almost 2 years. Starts right up, pees water good, shifts good, temperatures are nice, no leaks. Sounds fantastic. Changed the fuel water separator in the bilge. Really didn't want to record that and hang upside down in the bilge with the GoPro. So anyways, you get the point. I twisted one off, twisted one back on, and dated it. So we pee good. We're idling nice and smooth. Kicked into gear. Plenty of power. It's a happy Suzuki now. Okay guys, so that wraps it up. This Suzuki is back and ready for the water. Everything's serviced. He's good to go until next season. Thanks for joining me, and please like and subscribe.